Welcome back to our channel. Today's video is very special because we are showing you the top 4 most valuable rare coins that could be hiding in your pocket right now. These coins come from the era of Queen Elizabeth II, and some of them are worth thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. So don't skip this video, watch till the end, because the next coin you see might change your life. Let's get started. Top 1. The rare Elizabeth £1 large date 1983 coin with no mint mark, a circulated piece with scratches and very fine condition, yet believed to be worth up to $200,000 in today's auction market. At first glance, this coin looks completely normal. It carries the familiar portrait of Queen Elizabeth II and the classic design that millions of people in the United Kingdom have used for decades. In 1983, £1 coins were being produced in large quantities to meet daily needs. Most of these coins were manufactured under strict supervision by the Royal Mint. Every detail, from the date to the markings, was carefully controlled. But even in such a precise system, rare variations and small mistakes can happen. Experts believe that a very small batch of £1 coins in 1983 was produced with a large date style and without a mint mark. These coins may have been part of a trial run, experimental production, or a temporary technical error at the mint. They were never meant to be released into general circulation. However, a few of them somehow passed inspection and entered everyday use, mixing with regular coins. Over the years, these rare coins were used in shops, buses, markets, and vending machines. They were saved in wallets, jars, and purses. As a result, they collected scratches, small dents, and signs of daily wear. That is why most examples known today are circulated. Yet despite this wear, their rarity makes them extremely valuable. One of the most important features of this coin is the large date. When compared with standard 1983 £1 coins, the numbers appear slightly wider, bolder, and more noticeable. This difference may seem small to ordinary people, but to collectors, it is a major clue. Another key feature is the missing mint mark. Most official coins include some form of identification connected to their production. When this mark is absent, it immediately raises curiosity and attracts serious attention from experts. Many people think that only shiny brand new coins are worth big money, but this is not true. In coin collecting, rarity is often more important than condition. This 1983 £1 coin proves that perfectly, even in very fine condition, with visible scratches and light wear. It can still sell for an incredible price. As long as the main design details are clear and the coin is authentic, collectors are willing to pay a fortune. Over time, stories about this rare coin have spread through collector communities, auction houses, and online forums. Some specialists believe that only a limited number of genuine examples exist worldwide. When one appears in a major auction or private sale, competition becomes intense. Wealthy collectors, investors, and institutions all try to outbid each other. This strong demand is what pushes the value close to $200,000. Another reason for this coin's popularity is its connection to British history. Queen Elizabeth II had one of the longest reigns in history, and her image appeared on countless coins. People all over the world collect coins from her era. Rare variations from her reign are especially valuable because they represent unique moments in minting history. What makes this story even more exciting is that some of these coins may still be hiding in ordinary places. They could be sitting in old wallets, inherited collections, dusty boxes, or forgotten drawers. Many collectors have discovered valuable coins by accident while sorting their loose change. That is why experts always advise people to check old coins carefully before spending them. If you think you might have this rare 1983 £1 coin, the first step is to examine it closely. Check the date and make sure it is clearly 1983 with a large, bold style. Then look carefully for any mint mark. If none is visible, you may have something special. Next, study the condition. Even with scratches, if the main details are sharp and readable, it may qualify as very fine. The most important step is professional authentication. Never depend only on photos or online opinions. A certified grading service can confirm whether your coin is genuine and evaluate its true condition. Once verified, its market value becomes much clearer, and buyers will trust it more. In today's world, coins are more than just money. They are pieces of history, art, and human stories pressed into metal. This 1983 1-pound coin reminds us that even the simplest objects can become extraordinary with time. Something that once paid for a small snack could now be worth a fortune. Top 2. The era of Queen Elizabeth II. This is the rare Australian $1 large date 1984 coin with no mint mark, a circulated piece with scratches and very good condition, yet believed to be worth up to $350,000 in today's auction market. At first glance, this coin looks completely ordinary. It has the familiar portrait of Queen Elizabeth II and the classic Australian design that millions of people have seen for decades. In 1984, Australia was producing a huge number of $1 coins to meet public demand. Most of these coins were made under strict supervision by Royal Australian Mint. Every coin was supposed to follow exact rules in size, design, and markings. But sometimes, even in the most careful systems, small mistakes or special variations appear. Experts believe that a very small batch of $1 coins in 1984 was produced with a large date style and without a mint mark. These coins may have been part of a test run, experimental production, or a temporary setup error at the mint. They were never meant to enter normal circulation. However, a few of them somehow passed through quality checks and ended up in everyday use, mixing with regular coins. Over time, these rare coins were spent in shops, used in buses, saved in jars, and passed from hand to hand. They collected scratches, small marks, and signs of daily life. That is why most known examples today are not perfect. They are circulated and worn, yet still extremely valuable because of their rarity. One of the most important features of this coin is the large date. When you compare it with standard 1984 $1 coins, the numbers appear slightly wider, bolder, and more noticeable. This difference may seem small, but to collectors, it is a major clue. Another key feature is the missing mint mark. Most official coins include some form of identification linked to their production. When that mark is absent, it immediately raises questions and attracts serious attention. Many people believe that only shiny, brand new coins are valuable, but this is not true. In coin collecting, rarity often matters more than condition. This 1984 Australian $1 coin proves that point perfectly. Even in very good condition, with visible scratches and wear, it can still reach astonishing prices. As long as the main details are clear and the coin is genuine, collectors are willing to pay a fortune. Over the years, stories about this coin have spread through collector circles, auction houses, and online communities. Some experts believe that only a small number of authentic examples exist worldwide. When one appears in a private sale or major auction, competition becomes intense. Wealthy collectors, investors, and even museums try to outbid each other. As a result, prices rise quickly and can reach around $350,000. Another reason for this coin's popularity is its historical importance. Coins from the long reign of Queen Elizabeth II are collected all over the world. Her image appeared on Australian currency for generations, making her portrait deeply connected to the nation's daily life. Rare variations from her era are especially valuable because they represent unique moments in minting history. What makes this story even more exciting is that some of these coins may still be hiding in ordinary places. They could be sitting in old wallets, inherited collections, dusty boxes, or forgotten drawers. Many collectors have found valuable coins by accident while sorting their loose change. That is why experts always recommend checking old coins carefully before spending them. If you think you might have this rare 1984 $1 coin, start by examining it closely, look at the date, and make sure it is clearly 1984 with a large, bold style. Then search carefully for any mint mark. If none is visible, you may have something special. Next, check the condition. Even with scratches, if the main design is sharp and readable, it may fall into the very good category. The next and most important step is professional authentication. Never depend only on online opinions. A certified grading service can confirm whether your coin is genuine and evaluate its true condition. Once verified, its market value becomes much clearer, and buyers will trust it more. In today's world, coins are more than just money. They are pieces of history, art, and human stories pressed into metal. This 1984 Australian $1 coin reminds us that even the simplest objects can become extraordinary with time. Something that once bought a small snack could now be worth a luxury car or a home. Top 3. The rare Australian $1 large date 1999 coin with no mint mark, a circulated piece with scratches and very fine condition, yet believed to be worth up to $400,000 in today's auction market. At first glance, this coin looks completely ordinary. It carries the familiar portrait of Queen Elizabeth II and the traditional Australian design that millions of people have seen and used. In 1999, Australia was producing huge numbers of $1 coins to meet public demand. These coins were mainly produced by Royal Australian Mint, an institution responsible for creating the nation's official currency. Every year, millions of coins left the mint, and almost all of them were standard and expected. But sometimes during production, something unusual happens. Experts believe that a small batch of $1 coins in 1999 was produced with a large date design and without a mint mark. These coins were likely part of a test run, experimental batch, or accidental variation that was never meant to enter public circulation. Somehow, a few of them escaped quality control and made their way into everyday use. Over time, they were spent in shops, passed through hands, scratched, and worn down, just like normal coins. What makes this coin special is not its shine, but its rarity. The large date on the 1999 version appears wider and more prominent than usual. The numbers stand out clearly when compared to regular coins from the same year. Even more important is the absence of a mint mark. Most official coins have some form of identification that links them to their production process. When that mark is missing, collectors immediately become curious because it suggests something went wrong or something special happened at the mint. Many people think that only perfect, uncirculated coins can be valuable, but in reality, rarity often matters more than condition. This Australian $1 coin is a perfect example. Even in circulated state, with scratches and signs of daily use, it can still be worth an incredible amount. A very fine condition coin, where the main details are still visible despite wear, is especially desirable for serious collectors. Over the years, stories about this coin have spread through collector communities, auction houses, and online forums. Some experts believe that fewer than a dozen authentic examples are known worldwide. When one appears at a major auction or private sale, competition becomes intense. Wealthy collectors, investors, and museums all want to own such a rare piece. As bids rise, prices can reach unbelievable levels, sometimes approaching $400,000. Another reason for its popularity is the connection to Queen Elizabeth II and Australia's modern history. Her portrait appeared on Australian coins for decades, making her image deeply connected to the nation's currency. Rare variations from her reign are highly prized, especially when they come from important years like 1999, which marked the final years before major design changes in Australian coinage. What makes this story even more exciting is that some of these coins may still be hiding in ordinary places. They could be sitting in old purses, inherited collections, forgotten boxes, or even mixed with loose change. Many collectors have discovered valuable coins purely by accident, while casually checking their savings. That is why experts always recommend taking a closer look at old coins before spending them. If you think you might have this rare $1 coin, start by examining it carefully. Check the date, and make sure it is clearly 1999 with a large, bold style. Then look closely for any mint mark. If none is present, you may have something very special. Next, observe the condition. Even with scratches, if the main design is sharp and readable, it could fall into the very fine category. The most important step is authentication. Never rely only on online opinions. A professional grading service can confirm whether your coin is genuine and evaluate its condition. Once certified, its value becomes much clearer, and collectors are more likely to trust it in auctions or private sales. In today's world, coins are more than just money. They are pieces of history, art, and human stories pressed into metal. This 1999 Australian $1 coin reminds us that even the simplest objects can become extraordinary over time. Something that once bought a cup of coffee could now be worth a luxury car or a house. Top 4. The rare Elizabeth 2-pound large date 1986 coin with no mint mark, a circulated piece with scratches and visible wear, yet believed by collectors to be worth up to $300,000 in today's auction market. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary coin you might find in your pocket or drawer, but its story makes it extraordinary. Back in 1986, coin production in the United Kingdom was handled mainly by the Royal Mint, an institution with centuries of history. Every year, millions of coins were produced, and most of them were completely normal. However, sometimes during production, small changes, mistakes, or special test batches were created. These coins were never meant to enter general circulation, but a few of them managed to escape into the public. The 1986 2-pound large date coin, without a mint mark, is believed to be one of these rare pieces. What makes this coin so special is not just its age, but its unusual features. First, the large date design stands out clearly when compared to standard versions. The numbers appear slightly wider and bolder, making them easy to recognize for trained eyes. Second, the absence of a mint mark is extremely unusual for this type of coin. Most official coins carry some indication of wear and when they were produced, so when a coin appears without one, collectors immediately pay attention. Third, even though many of these coins are found in circulated condition, with scratches, faded surfaces, and signs of daily use, their rarity still makes them incredibly valuable. Many people think that only shiny and perfect coins can be expensive, but this is not always true. In the world of coin collecting, rarity is often more important than beauty. A coin that has been used in shops, markets, and wallets for years can still be worth a fortune if very few examples exist. This is exactly the case with this 1986 2-pound coin. Even with visible scratches and average condition, serious collectors are willing to pay huge amounts just to own one. Over the years, rumors and real auction results have increased the fame of this coin. Some collectors claim that only a handful of authentic examples are known worldwide. When one appears in a private sale or specialized auction, bidding can rise very quickly. Wealthy collectors, museums, and investors compete with each other, driving the price higher and higher. That is how values near $300,000 have been reported in recent years. Another reason for its popularity is the connection to Queen Elizabeth II. Coins from her long reign are collected all over the world. She was one of the longest-serving monarchs in history, and her portrait appeared on countless coins. But rare variations from her era are especially desirable. This 2-pound coin represents not only monetary value, but also a piece of British history. Many people are surprised to learn that such a valuable coin could still be hiding in everyday places. Old piggy banks, forgotten drawers, inherited collections, and even loose change jars may contain hidden treasures. Some collectors discovered rare coins by accident, simply while sorting their change. That is why experts always advise people to check their old coins carefully before spending or throwing them away. If you think you might have this coin, the first step is to examine it closely. Look at the date and check if it is clearly 1986 with a large date style. Then search carefully for any mint mark. If none is visible, you may have something special. After that, consider getting it authenticated by a professional grading service. Experts can confirm whether the coin is genuine and estimate its condition and market value. In today's world, coins are more than just money. They are stories, memories, and historical documents made of metal. The Elizabeth II 1,986-pound large date coin reminds us that even ordinary objects can become extraordinary over time. A small piece of metal, passed from hand to hand, can turn into a life-changing treasure.